Okay, so on June 9th, I went to Jerry Palladino, the Motorman's ProRider class in Spring Hill, Florida. I've been watching his videos for quite some time. Now, when you start out, it's very, very basic, right? And you build on all these methods. So the very first one you're going to do is a straight line, go as slow as you can possibly go, just to check our balance. And also, you have to be in the friction zone, and by lightly pressing the rear brake and managing the friction zone, the bike will want to stay up. I'm on a DCT, and I do not have a friction zone that I can control, but I found that if I give it more brake and then give it gas, there are two clutches, so the bike will have to figure out how to get its own friction zone. So Jerry rides right beside you giving words of encouragement. There's Jerry on his scooter. He just told me to go back around. So then, after you do this slow roll a couple of times, or at least until he feels that you've got it down, then you move into some cone work. So you're just going to weave through some really short cones. They're like 2-inch high cones. So you can be really close to them because your exhaust in your saddlebags will go right over them. You won't hit them. Not like you would a tall cone if you cut it too close. Jerry gets tired of picking up people's cones. So you can just barely see those little cones in the video. Yep. I didn't kill any cones. And then you go to the end here and you do a 180-degree turn and exit out those 2 green cones right there. And then you get back in line and you repeat. Then after you do the really low cones, you do the taller cones. Now you got to give a little bit of space to, right? Because your saddlebags will hit them. So you want to be careful. I think if you do this a little bit faster and a little more aggressive, you can make sharper turns, go out a little further, not stay so close to the cones, and miss them. But if you're riding kind of lazy, like I am, you kind of go close. But as I would ride through the day, each time I would get through an evolution, I'd come back over to these cones and do a pass through them before I got back in line. There was no need to be in a hurry to get in line because you're just sitting there while you're waiting for a few bikes in front of you to go. So I'd find other things to go ride around. And Jerry once made a comment, well, this is America, ride wherever you want. So maybe I shouldn't have been doing that. But really nice guy. And he knows his stuff. And he'd get on a Harley and demonstrate how to do these things like it was nothing. This is child's play for him. This here is the offset cone weave. Nope, this is the clover leaf. The clover leaf was challenging for me. The first time you go through it, it's a right-hand turn, 2 left-hand turns, a right-hand turn, 2 left-hand turns. And then you go through it and you do a circle. So I'm just showing the part where I've already gone through it like 4 times. And now I'm up to where I'll do a circle in here. I think Jerry can do it in like half the space. I take up the whole parking lot to turn around. However, since this class, I have turned around, made U-turns in the road, and I'm getting good at making U-turns in the road, at least to the left. That cone right there was just the bane of my existence. I don't know why I had such a focus on that cone, but I did. Hated that cone. I even flipped it off once. It didn't do that much to me. But yeah, I'm mastering the left-hand U-turn. This kid on this bike, he rides sport bikes normally, and he wanted to take this class. His parents were there, and he rented that bike from Jerry. He did really, really well for being on a bike that he's never ridden before. Kudos to him. And all of these riders are good riders, and most of them had a lot of experience. So this is going to be the fast cone weave right here. So you take off, you come through about 20 miles an hour, and then you weave through the cones. And I scraped my pegs like in every one of these cones. I was kind of aggressive, and would scrape my pegs through them, and that was a good feeling. This one is the snowman. I didn't like this one either because you had to go to the right. So you're going to make this left-hand turn. It's a big circle, and there's 3 circles, and they get progressively smaller. So after you do this one, then you have to go into the next one, but you go into the right. And I just get to where I got the handlebars fully locked, and I just come to a stop because I can't lean over, and I wasn't going any faster. So Jerry here gives me this lecture. He's like, if you leaned over, this is easy. You can do this. Blah, blah, blah. He goes on and on and on. And to me, it's not easy. Even though I've got 40 years solid riding experience, going really slow. However, this last circle is the smallest circle of all, and I do 2 laps around it, no problem to the left. And Steve actually catches me after this to point out that that is the smallest circle, and I did really well in there. So all in all, the course was great. It was a whole lot of fun, and I really did learn a lot. Jerry's just phenomenal. His course is phenomenal, and I did improve on my skills. And I know when I bought the DCT bike that going slow was going to be the problem. I knew that from day one. When I took off with it and I got back home, I immediately went to a cul-de-sac and started riding around in it because you just don't have that friction zone. If I have a friction zone, I can ride circles all day long. Anyway, I hope you liked my video of what I did on Jerry Palladino's day.
GoPro, stop recording.